Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Just open a statement that, hey, we had, we signed a real important guy today that I think will add depth to our secondary and also can help in return game in MJ Devonshire. On top of that, I will take questions.
As you were recruiting defensive backs in this class, how much was the fact that you have so much available playing time a selling point for these guys?
It was, and just seeing our logo down in the Senior Bowl with 3 guys down there, that's kind of rare for one school that you get 3 guys there and then had Beatty and East West Shrine. Yeah, it was a selling point.
When you're looking at a quarterback, you've got Terry with his skill set. Gunner has a completely different skill set. When you try to get a quarterback, do you want someone that if Terry was to go down is similar in style for him?
No, not. That's a 2-part question. Yes and no. We want a guy that can come in and run our offense. I think Terry being a first-year quarterback, we won 10 games, but in any position, your second year you get more of a jump, and so I just think Terry gonna be more of a guy that can understand our offense, and then when we recruit a guy, it's just fitting into the scheme of what Eddie and Henshaw wants.
Vince, with what you did with the in-state guys in this class, especially in Louisville, how does that affect going forward 2020, especially with a new staff at U of L? Your old fan Neil at West Virginia now, maybe trying to get in the state a little bit.
Yeah, well, Neil going to West Virginia was, I've been keeping my eye on that one because I think he's kind of like Jeff Braun. With the new staff coming in Louisville, that guy did a good job at the kid from App State, but I know his new offensive coordinator, we work together in NFL Europe, so he'll be a good recruiter there. I think we need to send a message into Louisville that we were going to recruit the inner city pretty hard, and we own some guys down the 2020 class. But you can't not notice that you had Neil Brown at West Virginia, you got Jeff Brom at Purdue. You got to be on your game. And right now with this wrapping up, and then we were fortunate to have about 90% of our class signed from December. We got a head start on 2020 guys in Louisville and state of Kentucky.
Vince, what are some of the challenges with 2020? Mark told us you're dealing with a substantially lower scholarships to give, but will that change your approach at all?
No, we were always hit from Kentucky and out, like Kentucky to Ohio. I think right now our number is probably 19 right now that we probably can sign. I really don't know. I ain't looked at the numbers, but I think it's somewhere around in there. It'll be a smaller class. But in the 20 class, there's about 7 to 8 guys in the state of Kentucky that we are zeroing in on heavily. So, we want to recruit our home state first and then branch out to Ohio and Tennessee and Georgia and South Florida. So, yeah.
Is it tempting to try to go more national after a season with all that success and beating a big-time program in a big-time game like that?
I think we're national now, but why? I mean, we won 10 with the people we were recruiting. I mean, I think you're always going to recruit your state first. There's always good players here. And then, as Coach Duke said, we venture out to Ohio. We use that as our second home. And then Tennessee, the state of Tennessee, and Georgia, and South Florida. But I will tell you, winning that bowl game, I get emails from coaches from California, from all parts of states, because they see our logo is really, is really starting to make noise in college football. So, yeah, that's a good question. But you still want to recruit your radius of that 6-hour radius. But we will always, branch out and go to California, go to Florida, which with Coach Grant, and then even, Jersey, PA, things of that nature.
Last year, you only got one signing on National Signing Day, and Chris Oates turned out pretty good this year. Can MJ do the same thing as a freshman?
I'll tell you how I really found out about MJ. We were recruiting him, number one, from the jump, and then I was talking to one of the personnel people for the Steelers. We was talking about our players, and then we started talking about, hey, we need some DBs. We're looking out there to see if any other DBs, and I'm just trying to, because I talked to so many guys, because we got so many guys that's going to be drafted, that I want to remember a scout told me, as a kid in PA, he was telling me about Mike Tomlin's son and telling me about MJ. And I remembered MJ, I don't think y'all realize how good of a player MJ is in high school. He's a good basketball player. He's kind of like Lynn Bolton a little bit, even on offense. So if it turns out that that's who it is, we gladly going to take that. I know we're very excited to have him. There's a much need in our secondary. As you know, we need some corners, so it'll be, just wait and see. But I think I know we hit on a kid that has a lot of upside, so I'm very excited about that.
Not everything fell your way today. How do you turn that into a positive, or how do you react when stuff like that happens on the last hour?
I look at it like this. It's like your mom cooked a great dinner and you ate it in December, and now you're just waiting on the dessert. I got most of my full in December. And we got, we missed on a pie or a piece of cake. I'm still good with that. I mean, we battle down, and that's what you're doing. You're battling now with schools that they're national brands, and you're going to win some, you're going to lose some. It just so happened our luck went the other way. I mean, starting out with MJ this morning, there was a lot of schools pushing for him at this last minute this morning. I mean, dude, I was up last night till 1 o'clock in the morning just on the phone, just talking and back and forth with, different family members and all that. So didn't go our way. Most of the time it goes our way, but I'm excited with the guys we have, though. Very excited.
Coach, this group of DBs you were just talking about is arguably the best that has been at the school in 40 years as a group.
Mm-hmm.
And now you obviously have a replacement. Was there anything in particular that these four had in common as athletes, as student athletes, that you look for in the guys you're trying to plug in now?
You talking about the guys that's about to leave?
Yes.
Yeah, well, when we was recruiting Mike and Darius, we call them, they can play pretty much all 5 positions. You can play safety, corner, nickel. We look for it in the corner position with Jalen Gallagher. I mean, we don't talk about him that much, but Jalen Gallagher, South Carolina tried to get him in the last minute in December, and we got him to sign in December. I think he's going to be a guy like Lonnie Johnson. Moses Douglas would be someone like Darius West. I think MJ can be like Mike Edwards. The guys we look for now, you got to be able to play more than just being a safety. You got to be able to play mid-level, safety, nickel, and then your corners should be able to play both corners and nickel. So I think we found them guys. Now, the bad thing about it is these guys played for 4 years, and now these guys got to come in and replace these guys. I mean, we have, Devontae Robinson, Terrell Asian, and some other guys got some playing time, but, the secondary is going, they're going to have to, somebody will have to step up. The good thing about it is I think our front 7 is going to, even though Josh Allen is going, I think our front 7 is going to be pretty good. And if you got still a pass rush, that makes your corners and DBs look better. So I think we got the guys, but we'll know in the spring. We got some guys in early, so we'll know this spring, what we got.
As you were coaching tight ends in the fall, which of those DBs on the scout team gave you trouble or were impressing you that we might see moving forward?
It was weird because Tyrell Agent started out on scout team, and we was like, man, this kid, scout players can really piss you off sometimes because you want them to do what you tell them to do, and then their natural instincts to say, Coach, I'm a 4-star recruit, I'm an athlete, I'm gonna just do what I see. And he was driving us crazy, but he was making plays, and we were like, this kid can help us. And I think by Mississippi State, he started playing. I think Stanley has a chance. Yusuf, I was very impressed with him. I really do think we got the guys, we got the length now. We ain't got the 6'4", 6'5" corners no more, but we got the range of a 6'1", 6'2". And like I said, you got it. With having a good front 7 is really going to help them guys out. So, it's just, hey, Coach Stoops is a DB guy. He got to show what he's working now. He got to show.
Vince, are there any young wide receivers that you feel ready to take the next step?
Yeah, I think Bryce Oliver. I think Josh Ali and Isaiah Epps, they show flashes. Now they got to grow up. They got to grow up. I mean, Taylor Richardson left. So now it puts a lot of pressure. And I think Ahmad Wagner is really ready now. This is like we always said, we got the 2 years on him. That was his year to adapt to college football. Now I think he's really, I think he's going to really be a force. I think he's going to help us a lot. I really do. And then of course, you got Lynn coming back. But I think Oliver, Josh Ali, and Epps, going to take the next step. You've seen little glimpses of it, but I really do believe it's because now you ain't got 26 back there. So now, you have to make some plays. So I'm excited about them.
Can you tell the difference in a player's mentality from Florida to Ohio to in-state? Is there like any difference between guys from different states?
It is, it just, I think more of Ohio and Kentucky kids are more blue-collar kids. Just the nature of where their location is. South Florida kids is more swag, talk, but it don't matter no matter where they all come from. They got about 30 days to get adjusted to Coach Stoops. It don't matter where you're from. And honestly, Derek Beatty was the one. He came in and had a loud mouth for that whole first year. And I was really glad the way he matured and really showed leadership this year. So yes, everybody's from their own areas. I think South Florida's a little different than Kentucky. Kentucky and Ohio kids are kind of similar. Even though Kentucky is considered South, I just think they're more blue-collar, hard-working type kids. So, yeah, it's a difference. It's a difference.
Talking about talking with some of the NFL teams, is there anything they're kind of surprised about when they get to know this program that since you guys have taken it over?
So y'all just seeing the back end of it. When we recruited these guys, and they were like, they've been coming here for years, and they were like, man, their bodies look different when they were freshmen and sophomores. They knew, like right now, this group that's about to get drafted now, they seen them in 14 and 15, and it was like, wow, you guys. I remember the guy from the Chiefs told me, like, dude, you guys he said we would win 10 or 11 games, and I was like, oh, I ain't telling no media people that. He told me that in the summer. And then he also said we had 9 or 10 guys drafted, and I was like, but he said, I don't know if that's going to accumulate with wins, but he actually called me after we beat Penn State. He said, dude, I told you guys were going to win. He said, because you guys got NFL players. And hopefully we recruiting guys like that, next year. We should have some guys that's going to be drafted, and then the year after. That's what your program is doing now. I mean, we first got here, we had 1 or 2 guys drafted, maybe 1 a year. Now it should be like this. If we don't compete in this league, it should be having 5 to 6 guys drafted. Because then you're competing with these guys who got 7 or 8 guys being drafted every year. So they are very excited. I think we're going to have 2 first-rounders this year. I really do. I think we're going to have, Lonnie Johnson and put himself in the first round from some of the people we talking to. You still got to go run and do what he's going to do, but just from his practices in a Senior Bowl, I mean, it's harder. The guy is 6'3", 210, and he's going to run 4.4. I think them guys, they really, just the feedback we've been getting. And then some of the other guys, we get good feedback about our guys. So, you still got to go run. And we know kind of like what our guys run. So I think they're going to blow some people away with what they're going to run at this combine. So it'll be good for UK.
Aside from Josh and Lonnie, who are a few guys that fans might be like, he's going to get drafted that high?
I would have said Lonnie. I've been saying Lonnie for the longest. Nobody was saying Lonnie would be drafted that. Now Lonnie is. But I'll say probably Darius West. All the other guys are in that range of 3rd, 4th, 5th round. When I say Darius West, because I think Darius West is going to run. I mean, you just can't. A kid that's over 6 feet, over 200 pounds, is going to run sub 4.35, 4.38. And he's been a 3-year starter in the SEC. So
Is there only way to move up now? Is it just showing how well they run? I mean,
yeah, I think when you look at Benny, his film speaks for itself. Now it's kind of like, is he going to run what they think he's going to run? Or is he going to surprise somebody and run faster? When you run faster, then you move up in the rounds. But I think Josh Allen has solidified what he's going to do. Actually, I think he's going to help himself when he runs because they're going to be surprised what he's going to run. But I just think it's a product of our strength staff. I mean, they really has developed these guys. But you still got to recruit NFL type players. You got to recruit. They got to have talent. But I really believe, I believe we're going to have legitly 7 guys drafted, but could have 9. But I think we're going to have 7. I think we're going to have 6 or 7 drafted, but could have 9 guys.
Vince, the guys who are leaving, I'll talk about what it meant to them to come here and play for Mark Stoops, but They'll mention you as well and the relationship they built with you, either as recruits or since they got here. You got NFL experience, and you're about to see these guys embark on that
Mhm.
chapter of their career. What does that mean to you to see that happening for these kids? And you've known them since they were juniors in high school.
I'm gonna be honest, this ain't just program talk. I was very excited to see probably 90% of these guys graduated. That meant more to me more than anything, because some of where these kids come from, and I got to give credit to our academic staff, and I mean seriously, because some of these kids were challenged academically, but they did enough to get in. But then you got to watch the process of them growing. But now, on the fact that they graduated, and then now they got a chance to change the direction of someone got a chance to change the direction of their family life. I tell you, I say I don't want nothing from you guys. I'm just happy that you graduated, but also gonna be happy that you can, do something for your mom or do something for your grandmother or something like that. That's what's gonna be the exciting thing. I'm actually gonna watch the draft for 3 days because I think Kentucky gonna be in the draft for 3 days. Somebody gonna get drafted each one of them days, and it's gonna be exciting for their families, but exciting for our program. And personally, for me, I just try to, when you recruit these kids, you try to be honest with their parents and say you really are going to be there for them. You don't try to be a father figure for them or be an uncle to them or just give them advice. And they listen sometimes and sometimes they don't. But, when they graduated and I got the text from some of them guys, that meant more to me than them getting their name called in April. It really did. Because that's going to go longer in life with them. And I know Coach Stoops, he wouldn't say it, but he almost, we ain't gonna say which kid, but he almost cried when one of them graduated. Because it means more to where we come from, Youngstown now, and just the background. So, yeah, I'm very more proud in that moment than, they can give you some money when they get drafted. But just take me to dinner. I'm excited for that.
Are you gonna go get your cowboy hat and go down to Nashville for the draft?
Yeah, me and Mark said we're gonna go. Slacks, we going.
Mark's going for sure.
Yeah, we said. I told him we need to go down there for 3 days because we're gonna have guys drafting for 3 days, and we talked about it. So I really do believe we're gonna do that. So it's gonna be good. It'll be good.
Since in the past you've talked about how close you and Mark are, about how much easier it is for you to recruit because you know his mind, heart, and soul. And do you always kind of see you two as being joined at the hip somehow?
Joined at the hip. You talk to 9 of our other coaches. He really is a good dude to work for. I just known him now for 30-some years, and it's a little more personal to me because his dad was my high school coach, and he was kind of like, I joke around. I was like, my father passed when he was in the 9th grade, and then Mark's dad passed when I went to college, and I was very, his dad was a very strong input in my life, and it really hurt me when his dad passed. And then I remember when I was in Nebraska and I was taking a job here, his mother was like, you watch out for my Marky. And when a couple times when you think you was thinking about leaving, you just where we from and, the bond we have. I wouldn't want to work for nobody else. I shouldn't say that. That's probably hurting me now in my contract, but he is a great guy to work for. And what makes him a great guy to work for is because he's good with these players. I'm not going to work for a guy if he's not about the players and it's just all about him and he's about the players. And it don't surprise me because of where we're from. But I think if you talk to some of these other coaches, they'll say the same thing. He's just a great guy to work for. It's just more personal to me because we grew up together. And, to see him get the credit that he got this year, it meant more to me. I never said it to him, but it meant more to me that it was well deserved because when you built this thing, where you built it from, it was tough. And it's good that he got the, coach of the year and all that. It was well deserved. So yeah, it means more to me because we grew up together. Yeah.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.